Good evening. I'm Dom.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Bob.
And this is
Wicked Good Beer Reviews.
Thank you for joining us this evening as we feature a new stream of content here at Wicked Good Gaming. From here on out, every new episode featuring a special new libation, conducting a thorough taste test, and also, of course, giving you our expert opinion on the beverage itself. Tonight, we take our taste buds and our livers on a majestic journey to a faraway locale known as St. Louis, Missouri. Yes, folks, today we will be reviewing and giving you our in-depth professional analysis on one of the most celebrated and well-known beers in the world, Bud Light.
Well, boys, before we get into the actual beer, why don't you take a look at the can? This thing's fucking beautiful.
This is a very sleek packaging for sure. They definitely knew what they were doing in the marketing side of things to make sure that this is as attractive as a product, as beautiful outside as it is inside.
They're using some beautiful font to accentuate the AB for Anheuser-Busch, one of the oldest companies on the market. Gotta love it.
You really do, and I don't know if they're doing this on purpose, but the nice deep blue color on the can makes me think of like the ocean. Like I could crush a couple of these bad boys on the beach. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I'm sure we'll see more as we actually open them, but it seems like a nice thin can. Like something you'd be able to puncture if you really needed to.
Yeah, if push came to shove and for some reason this came into the contact with a set of car keys or some other sharp object.
My forehead, possibly.
That could definitely, that definitely would be nice and easy. So I definitely have to applaud Anheuser-Busch on coming up with such a sleek and versatile packaging. Yeah, why don't we crack these open and see how they pour and also see how they feel on the nose, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right.
Ooh, nice crisp open.
You can just tell how fresh it is by the way it's, you know what I mean? This is a terrible pour right here.
Luckily, we'll have a few moments to really appreciate the scents and the sounds of the beer so that Chris's ridiculous overpour can settle in. And that we can settle in as well and get to giving you our expert breakdown of every facet of this fantastic beverage.
Oh, Tom, this actually gives me a really good opportunity to show the people at home a really good life trick, a nice party trick if you would. If you have a terrible pour like myself, look at that, 50-50. Takes a little bit of nose grease to get it to go away. And I know what you guys are thinking, that's gross, but if you shower, it's not that bad. Ready? A little swipe down the schnoz. Go in circles. Listen, if this was ASMR, this thing would be bubbling. Look at that. Gone.
I'm disgusted.
I too would like to vomit. Thank you, Chris, for that piece of my life that I'll never get back.
Anytime.
So, when you go right ahead and just raise the beer to your nose, ever so gently, yeah.
Guys, I gotta be honest with you, I don't have a sense of smell.
Well, that's totally fine. We can definitely we can definitely give you a very vivid description. Chris, what are some of the first scent notes that are coming up on your palate right now?
I'm really smelling some choice barley and wheat in this. No bottom of the barrel shit. You just tell by the way it smells, they really took care in making this beer.
Yeah.
Shout out Dr. Seuss. That was good, man.
There is definitely a very complex scent profile here. As we know and as the can does indicate, this is a beer that is crafted using only the most choice select ingredients. And personally, I think that comes out in the bouquet that arrives on the nose as soon as you finish pouring your beer.
We can smell this thing all day, but what the people really want
No, you guys can smell this.
You can't smell it, you might as well taste it. You guys ready to try it first sip?
Absolutely. Why don't we just take a nice little gentle first sip, just so we can get the palate nice and eased in.
Yeah.
And then we'll discuss, shall we?
Cheers. It was good. I can't complain. You definitely feel the high quality barley coming through on that.
Yep.
What about the bubbles though?
I think it was very effervescent. Honestly, as the beer itself caresses the tongue, the scents that match the first bouquet that you get upon pouring the beer really come to fruition. Really tasting that ever so clean and revered St. Louis river water that they're using to brew this majestic beverage, and I can see why it's so popular.
Me too. Bob, what do you think about it?
The first thing that comes to my mind is the lingering sense of alcohol on my breath, in my mustache, and my beard. What I look forward to is going to see my significant other after this, and she gets the immediate
Assault on the senses.
You said it perfectly. Bob, why are you here? You're a booze bag. What are you doing with your life?
Yeah, and I like to think I have a mature palate, so like sometimes if I go to a nice Italian restaurant, I'll get a little salami, maybe a little chopped provolone.
Bought a charcuterie.
Yeah, a nice charcuterie,
Yes.
you know, maybe some like mustard seed. But with this, I mean, there's some good pairings in the world. You have your chopped cheddar and your salami, your chocolate and your milk, your steak and your seafood. You know what this beer would pair very well with?
A hangover?
That and a Marlboro Light. The Marlboro Light goes.
I also think that Bud Light definitely would pair well. I feel like it's a very versatile beverage. You could definitely pair this with anything. Whether this is an inebriated phone call because your Uber driver somehow ended up 2 blocks away from the address that you designated, or perhaps a nice cheeseburger, or maybe just a sobbing call to a best friend that you haven't spoken to in a while, telling them how much you appreciated them, even though they're asking you why you FaceTimed them in the wee hours of the morning. It also would go good with a nice lobster roll and some fries, but otherwise it might also just really go great with your first arrest. Well, friends, this concludes our very first Wicked Good Beer review. We hope that you learned just as much as we did today, and we hope that you'll join us again next time when we take just another majestic flavor voyage with another fantastic libation. From all of us here at Wicked Good Gaming, thank you, and we'll see you next time.